Austria Elizabeth again for week 7 of the Granny Rose Sal. This was originally only going to be 6 weeks to teach you how to make this motif, but due to popular demand, which is one person, and I was willing to do this for one person because that makes me feel like it's popular. So I will talk to you a little bit about the squares that I made. So I made a 5 by 5 square for a pillow, and it starts with this column here. This granny round color is the very lightest gray, then a light gray down this column, then a medium gray, then a darker gray, and then black. And those are how they go down on each column. So it gives you kind of an ombre effect. It goes light to dark, that direction. Then if you turn it this direction, the flowers or roses are in the color wheel order. So we start with yellow, orange here, red, pink, purple, blue, and green. And that carries down along each column that direction. And so I'm going to join these with a simple single crochet join. I have them clipped together right now with a hair clip just to kind of figure out my design. And then when I come back, I will have the corners marked and clipped together with a stitch marker. And what I'm going to do is on this one that is the lightest gray and the one next to it, I will join that with the lightest color, this color. Then on the next one, I will join it with this color, which is the medium gray. And then this one will be the medium gray as well. And then the last one here, I will join with the graphite color, which is this color. So it'll go graphite, gray, gray, the lightest gray. So I will see you in a minute when I have all these stitches marked and joined. Alrighty, I now have these joined in the middle single crochet of the 3 crochets in each corner. We are not going to be crocheting into that middle single crochet. And then I just joined these here too in the middle crochet on the end here. So we should have 13 stitches, and then we skip over to this one and have 13 stitches this direction. Now this one I think only has 12 and this has 13, so I'm going to show you kind of how to fix that if you run across that without having to frog your motif. So we are going to join with a single crochet join, which is in my humble opinion the easiest join, but there are so many beautiful joins out there that you could use anything that you wanted, but just for simplicity I am going to single crochet these. So with the lightest gray, I have turned this one this direction and a slip knot. I will grab these 2 motifs and I will ignore that stitch that is marked and then go through the next stitch, both loops in the front motif and both loops in the back motif for a single crochet. And then I'll just do that all the way down until I get to the corner. So front motif, 2 loops, back motif, 2 loops. Join with a single crochet. And this should be 13 stitches, and then you get to that corner middle crochet that we won't be crocheting into. Okay, I have 1 stitch left on this side and 1 on this side, so that worked out just perfect, and I believe that should be 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And that is what a single crochet join looks like. It's going to lean towards you, most likely. So just make sure that you're always going the same direction so that some don't lean towards you and some away from you. And it won't be bothersome that it's leaning. Okay, so now we're at the corner where those 4 stitches are all marked and hooked together. So it's the middle crochet of the 3 single crochets in each corner are marked and joined together here. All of those you'll skip. Now eventually you'll be able just to see this and you won't need the markers. So they are a little bit awkward to get out of the way, but you know that you skip all those and go to that very next stitch on your next front motif and the next back motif. And single crochet those 2 together. And then just continue just like you did with the first 2 motifs. And this is one where one side had 12 and one side had 13. I wanted to show you what to do in that case. So once we get to the end here, we should have an extra one on one side, or one short on one side. Okay, so see how we only have 1 stitch left here, but we have 2 on that back side? I'm just going to go into that front one, and you could just skip one if you wanted, but I generally just go into that one that matches up with it, and then I go back into that same one and over there to that second extra one. And I'll tell you, you'll never even be able to tell. Crochet is so forgiving. You don't have to frog this one or do anything special. Now, if it were 2 or 3 stitches off, then you'd probably want to frog it and figure out what went wrong. So now we are at another corner. Show you this close up. So every one of these the middle crochet of each of these 4 corners have been marked and hooked together so that I skip all of those. And then just jump right over into that first unmarked stitch on the next 2 motifs and single crochet. And it looks like this. We can take these stitch markers out. So you've essentially skipped 1 corner stitch on each motif. Sorry about the veering off to the side there. So I'm going to go ahead and finish all of these this direction. And then I will be back to join them this direction, which is the same. You just don't have to mark the stitches. And you'll be single crocheting along here. When you get to the end, you'll chain 1, jump over that join below, and then start single crocheting again. But I will show you in just a minute. Now that these are all joined this direction right here, we still need to join that direction. So I'm going to turn this and show you that we'll be joining this direction, which I have on these already. And I will show you the difference between joining this direction from the other, which isn't a whole lot. But I'm to this point here where I'm single crocheting along the 2 motifs together, and then I get to, okay, here's one with an extra stitch. Go into that one, and I'll go into that one. So when you get to that join, go ahead and where it's been crocheted in before, right here, and this one, you go ahead and join there too, and then chain 1, hop over that join below, and see right there where it was joined the other direction, go into that stitch, and the same one on the other side, There will already be a stitch in there from the other direction, but that's okay. And single crochet along just like you did before. I'm going to take you to the next hump to jump over. I'll try to go as fast as I can here. Just single crocheting the front motif with the one behind it, just like that, like we've been doing all along. Getting close to the next corner. Okay, so here we are. So where that one was crocheted into the other direction and the one on the other side, single crochet those two together, chain one, hop over that hump and find the same one on the other side, and start your single crochets again. And that's what that looks like. So now you've got them both each direction, and as these get stretched out a little bit with the pillow form, they will straighten out a little bit better. And I used the medium gray for all of these, this direction. I guess you could start with black and change here to the graphite, and then change here to the gray, and change here to the light gray, and then the lightest gray. That'd be a lot of ends to weave in and whatnot, but or yeah, another option would be this row could be in yellow or pink. This one here could be in pink or purple. This one here could be in blue or purple, and this one here could be in blue or green. And then you're kind of carrying that same color wheel with you. So I hope that was helpful. I will weave in these ends, finish this last one, and take a photo and insert it right here.